Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back from my existing subscribers. Today I want to talk to you about whether or not Madden is worthy of the hate it's been getting. Let's take a look at this play. So as you can see right now, I just trying to get through the hole, went to go do a juke, and I ended up just busting my ass and falling through the hole. This is something that was a lot more prevalent back in like Madden 13. I kind of went back and replayed to take a look at this, and it doesn't make too much sense. You can see my foot kind of touched this lineman's foot, so I'll give it that, but the tripping animation didn't really make sense. And there's a couple plays like that throughout the course of me having played Madden, but moreover, I'd actually more like to focus on the franchise mode, right? Because that's kind of all I play. I stopped playing competitive Madden back in Madden 12, and it's just one of those things where it hasn't really changed. So in that aspect, yeah, it deserves a lot of the shaming and the hate that it's gotten. I feel like people need to be a little more direct and actually tweet at the NFL. I know some people have, but they're just kind of mentioning at, ban EA or, NFL cancel EA or whatever the hashtag is right now. They're kind of tweeting using that hashtag, whereas I feel like people actually need to step up and write some formal letters to the NFL because that is their product. And I feel like people kind of remember the whole aspect of what happened with the Star Wars a little bit differently than what I feel actually happened. The way I remember the Star Wars situation with the Battlefront whatever the Star cards, the way I remember that is that Disney got involved because the IP was getting ruined. Like the integrity of the IP was getting ruined, and that is Star Wars, right? So their property was in EA's hands, and they were making a mess of it. I don't really see the NFL stepping in as far as the way EA is because they're not really mishandling Madden any other way than they've kind of done for the last like 7-8 years. If it continues to bubble, maybe they'll do something about it. But what I really think we need to do is kind of organize and actually get some formal action sent to the NFL about what's going on with their game. Because that's really what ended up happening, is that the hardcore Star Wars fans, they just bypassed EA altogether. They said, all right, bet, watch this. Skipped EA. There was no hashtag like save Star Wars. It was like, look, Disney, this is what's happening to this IP. You need to fix it. And they held Disney accountable to doing it. So I think instead of trying to hold EA accountable, because I feel like a lot of people are trying to do that. They're like, oh, well, we need to hold EA to making a better game. The way I look at it is, if there was more competition, which a lot of people do touch base on, if there was more competition, then we'd be able to have more options. Like, I remember when I was growing up, it was like 15 different football games. There was NFL Quarterback Club. There was, at one point, there was Sports Talk Football with Joe Montana. There was EA. They made Madden back in the day. They're still making it today, obviously, but back in the day, they were just like a middle of the road game. What else? God bless. There was Tecmo Bowl on Nintendo. I already touched base on Quarterback Club. Then there was NFL Game Day. Dude, there were so many football games, and a lot of them were pretty good. Like, I really like Game Day. It was from 989 Sports. And they kind of went under, but their entire series. You had NFL Fever from Microsoft, which was actually one of my favorite games. The physics in that game was really cool for being back on the original Xbox. Like, you had the towel would actually move, and the movement of that game was very fluid. And then the best football game ever, which was NFL 2K. I don't know. Would this have happened if 2K was in charge? I mean, look what they did with the NBA. So I don't really know if that's the answer. I feel like the answer is to allow simulation football to be recreated by multiple companies again, much like, it was back in the day. I know they want more control, but then have some set guidelines. Like, you can't have anything crazy, or this is what you need to fit within your framework, and then have somebody create a position in the NFL that approves or denies the game's ideas based off of that. So I think that would be the best way to do it, instead of trying to actually get EA to take out Mutt Packs and the Yard, where apparently somebody did a study on the new Get Mossed outfit or whatever that is, because I don't participate in that type of stuff at all. You guys know me. I usually use in-game currency for all my stuff, except in Siege, because I love Siege, and Siege has been a really good value, so I don't mind spending money in Siege. But to my point, Call of Duty, it said you literally have to play an ungodly amount of hours to unlock with in-game currency the new Moss outfit. So to me, I played the Yard like twice. Couldn't really upload the video because the music was copyrighted, but Played it like twice. I thought it was fun. It wasn't something I wanted to spend a lot of time in. I want PS2 and original Xbox franchise back, right? Where they have the radio show, the weekly or every 4-week progression where it's automatic. I want that back. I want being able to relocate, change your uniforms, like all that stuff that still isn't in this game. Set concession prices, have to manage the budget of the team. All that stuff doesn't exist anymore. So I would love to see that come back, but we got to hold the NFL to pretty much a higher standard, because their product that they allow, the license to EA it's not cutting it. It hasn't been cutting it for a while. And I think the slap in the face is when you look around Twitter, you look around all these different websites, you see like the overlay where it was like Madden 19 and it says Madden 20. We're in Madden 20, 21. So you have two different, like you literally went through and patched in, but forgot to take out one overlay, and then you didn't patch over the second one that you did. So now there's like 3 different years of Madden represented in one. And then you have the 4 years of the Super Bowl celebration that's going around right now, where it's the same celebration. And so overall, I definitely feel like it's they earned this one. They earned this whooping. But I don't think it's going to change, because everybody's kind of holding EA's feet to the fire. Now, granted, their image has been up and down, so I don't think they really care. I think they're PR masters, and they have the rights to some games that people just really love. So it doesn't matter like what the end result is, because some people just love Dragon Age, so they're gonna support EA because they're the ones publishing the game. Some people got dropped on their head and they love Anthem, so they're gonna support long load times and EA. So it's just like that, where people are gonna go ahead and they're just gonna want to play the games that they love, and if it happens to be through a publisher that does things like this, then that's where they're gonna go. But that's my take on it. Hopefully at some point they go through and either open up the market so more competition can come out, because I think that would be really dope. That's kind of all I got to say about the subject. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of like my take on what's going on with all this Madden business right now. Soon it's going to be on the major news. You're starting to see it bubble up on a lot of the reputable online sources. So next you're going to start to see it like maybe on a CBS or a Fox News or a CNN, something like that. It's going to cover a quick blurb and see where that consumer dissatisfaction is. All right, you guys be easy. I'll catch you in the next one.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring it down. And now they're in the hurry up.
At the 31. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught by his big tight end Ebron for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron, 31 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone to give him points for patience.